Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Potter. The fuck did you put on?
Just put on some random CSGO knife hopping.
Donut.
Which donut, though?
Just whatever makes sense.
I'm here for the gangbang.
All y'all! All y'all! One speed, don't rainbow read me. I got a fun Just punch the wall.
Let me you.
Jeez.
The Whatever Makes Sense show.
Well, first of all, America's pretty racist, and America is pretty misogynistic.
Yeah.
So when you have a candidate that's both a woman of color, of course they're not going to vote for them, right? So they went with the white guy. It's just us clearly not doing.
Yeah, there we go.
What if I just start talking like Bill Maher? Okay, I'm gonna tell a joke and I'm not gonna move on until everybody claps. All right. Look, I'm a staunch Democrat, but I hate the liberals. Liberals, you ruin everything. Okay.
There really is going to be if we ever get to a point where we ever have like a fan meetup where, well, I doubt fans, right?
I mean, that's
But,
basically what I call hanging out with my friends.
but
Go on.
if people just ever ask us questions, I really would like to imagine, like I can only imagine really how people would go like, yeah, so you guys have brought up politics all the time. It's like, why don't you give us your take? I'm just like, I don't know jack shit.
Tony is considered a cool centrist, okay? He's not going to give takes. He's essentially the Bill Maher of Brownsville.
But Chris, you hate Bill Maher.
I do. I hate him so much.
Does that explain why every day when I ask you like, hey Chris, good morning, you slap me in the face?
No, because you're actually cooler than Bill Maher. Bill Maher, dude, he's just, I don't know. Did you ever see his documentary, Religulous?
No, but I did see the time he was on The View.
I feel like you...
I've said it before.
No, I do this thing
but-
where I like bring up somebody and you're like, no, but I saw them on The View.
Yeah.
And then we talked about that. Like, you sometimes just hate watch clips on YouTube
Yeah.
of The View because you don't like The View.
Well, okay, look.
I don't blame you. I don't. The View
hold on.
sucks.
Hold on.
Okay.
It's not that I don't hate anybody in general, right? It's more like I hear a bunch of these things that people say, and then it makes me go, it's not worth it to divulge any time on them, right? You know, like it sounds like a lot of these things are just very problematic, so why bother?
Yeah.
But I wasn't even watching a clip of The View itself.
Mm-hmm.
It all you want to know where it all goes back to?
Twitch.
Goes back to another Bill. Goes to Bill Burr.
Oh,
yeah.
You were watching Bill Burr clips.
Also, quick side note: I am not a big Twitch watcher or
I'm not
enjoyer.
saying you. I'm just doing it.
No, I know, but I'm clarifying it for anybody that does pay attention enough to go like, oh, I guess he's a Twitch. No, I just see a whole bunch of clips pop up on YouTube about these situations. But anyways,
and I will be linking Tony's Twitch account on the bio if y'all want to follow Tony.
I think there is an old one I did have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, around like I want to say early high school.
Oh okay.
But it's probably dead. Yeah, it was dead. It was never alive. But anyways, aside from the point, got all that information from Bill Burr about that one scene about Bill Maher and The View, and I was like, yeah, that's enough content I need to know that I don't think I'm ever going to really care about these people at all.
Yeah. No, my problem with The View is just it's a bunch of out of touch wealthy people, famous wealthy people that are trying to come off as these woke leftists, right? Only because like they're the only reason is that they think Trump is a bad guy.
No.
And that's the only perspective they're coming from. They think that whatever Trump says, we got to do the opposite, which really does like take the room out for discussion of anything, right? And my problem with them is that they come from the same mindset as if like they were wealthy people from the 80s. Like we do have a serious wage gap discrepancies for many groups of people, and just in general, like the minimum wage in many states, unfortunately, is not a livable wage, right? But they think that it's just a problem of, well, maybe they're not working enough. You're telling that to the overworked person who's worked like back to back full shifts,
Oh,
right?
maybe you just didn't try enough.
Well, maybe if you pull yourself by the bootstrap and stop buying your matcha lattes, go fuck yourself. Who the fuck are you? You know who really pissed me off was Whoopi. I thought Whoopi was cool, and I thought, I liked Whoopi as a kid because I thought, they were a pretty funny comedian. But like they've sadly turned into the people that they were making fun of in their sets a long time ago, and it's a real thing. And maybe the topic for today is about celebrities.
Out of touch.
Not just out of touch. Well, yeah, that's a big part of it, but it's just that I think we really got to do something about the idealization of celebrities and idolizing them. Uh, it's really upsetting. It's funny you brought up Bill Burr. I made a joke on our Instagram that we dropped out of the reality lineup
Reality
for
line.
the yeah
Yep.
right, and it was upsetting for a lot of people. Granted, like yeah, it kind of was because of the background of what the reality festival is. Um, to see Bill Burr cave in to the billionaires, even though he just went on this platform ever since Elon Musk and all the other billionaires were muddling with the presidential office and
Yeah.
the administration, and reinforcing lobbying for themselves personally with billions of dollars to rig the system their own way. And he was doing the man of the people bit, and it came off genuine because Bill Burr has, as far as we've been concerned as fans since the start of his comedy, or at least when we became aware of it, he's always been just a straight shooter guy who, with the quote unquote common sense, like average person, and being able to be really funny about it. And then he was, talking about the problem about the Elon Musk types, and that there should be no real reason we have billionaires because it's disgusting the amount of money that you don't even use for good, right? While people are suffering and people are losing their homes and people are dying from illnesses that could easily be saved with access to universal healthcare. Like he's really going off on these things.
Like, in short, he's the guy that basically speaks with common sense that everybody's thinking.
Don't cut me off.
Sorry, but
Uh, and then to be able to be bought by the Saudis to go do that festival, where literally they have slaves, literal slaves, right? And just causing hell for a lot of those people. And Bill Burr isn't the only one. And sure, we can talk about nuance and how people, go about their businesses, and I get that too. But where are your morals and where's the ground? It's like the whole Balenciaga thing, and that's where I'm going to stop because it's also like you said. Maybe I'm too much into news and like your face. You ever heard about the Balenciaga thing?
I did.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then like people finding out now that like Salma Hayek and her husband own CAA, and how much meddling there is from the Balenciaga baby company to their acting agents, or just agencies for celebrities in general, and like how, I don't know. It's a lot. And now I'm starting to turn into conspiracist because of everything that's happening, because like you can't help but connect these dots and go, yeah, maybe there is an actual fucking cabal of billionaires that are, running the whole fucking thing, and with blood sacrifices. We started it off as a joke, but now it's like as if they looked at the jokes and said, oh, well, we're billionaires. We could do that. What if we just did it for fun, I don't know. And that's as political as we get.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes, and then not. I don't know, dude. I don't know too much about Sydney Sweeney to say like if she is like a Nazi or not, but like at least a
Um,
little respect for her going. Well, yeah, I did that ad.
well, no, she had that interview where they try to like really turn it against her about like, so did you know that they were turning this into like a white propaganda like superiority thing? And she goes, no, I just went in to go do a. It's not word for word, but she's like, no, I just went in there to go do an ad for jeans. Like, I just took the money, I took the job. That's it.
But then again, like we don't know these people,
Yeah, we
right?
don't.
And that's the whole point of social media. And it doesn't just apply to celebrities. We kind of talked about it. Maybe, I'll put it in from the last recording where we talked about how social media it makes it 100% possible now to hide your personality from people. Nobody can know that you're a crazy person who, like, I don't know, paints themselves blue while listening to Blue Man Group at 3 in the morning in their bedroom. Social media makes you look like the hot girl that like drinks matcha and does Pilates, or the guy that goes hunting with his bros.
That's why I don't take anything I see online too seriously when it comes to like even the most favorite of favorite people in my that I watch. I don't really have much of a thought where I'm just like I'm the biggest fan of them of all time because again,
Yeah,
things could change. I don't know these people fully. I only know them for what they're putting online, and I most I could do is just pray and hope that they're being truthful and genuine, right?
yeah.
Um, it also just tends to leave people becoming a bit more parasocial upon the personalities that these people put online. That they do take them for face value as this is who they are fully. And I'm not trying to say that the people that put themselves out there say that they're genuine, that they aren't. I'm saying that it leads people that are the viewers to watch them and kind of like take them for what they are. And it even leads them to becoming like, oh no, this guy on the internet, I never met before in my life in person, but I watch him. He's my best friend.
But
You
you're
know,
bringing up an interesting thing. Like, not everybody has that same mindset of you, and it does make society as a whole have this cry out for a need of a personality to kind of like guide them, right? Like, there's always like a rotating door of some like celebrity that's going to be the biggest trending one because they did something online that made them seem as human as possible, like the average person. And then they're going to take that and banner that around as their, not for their own sake of replacing their own personality, but kind of like using them as a signal to other people to say like, hey, look, we're making the world better in some kind of way, right? When in reality, like, the person's probably on the super yacht, in like some weird orgy doing blow off of some like poor Peruvian mother, you know?
it's weird. What's like interesting about that?
Yeah.
And this is gonna like sound even weirder because of the amount of controversies there's been with VTubers. But I trust more VTubers than I do like actual like person streamers where you see their face. Mainly because of those I've seen, they'll actually say what they're gonna do for like a charity or for like helping people, and they'll actually show proof of what they're doing.
How crazy would it be if Jeff Epstein faked his death and was actually a VTuber this whole time?
He's hiding amongst one of us.
They've been a VTuber. They're like disguising themselves as this anime Japanese girl that's been like, oh yeah, I do love eating chocolate. Ooh woo. But it's Jeffrey Epstein behind there with like a mocap suit. He's got the voice modulator and the kitten headphones, and he's like, all right, that's enough for one day.
Why do you think he does? Why do you think Trump doesn't want them to release the file? That's something else he's taking out. That he has a
Jeff
VTuber
didn't
model.
die. That he became a VTuber to hide from the public. You know, he he faked his death because he just wanted to be a girl. That's all he wanted. He wanted to be a
No, but
Japanese girl, an anime Japanese girl.
we really are at that point where the thing is, it won't go away. The issue with a lot of people just being too trusting of um, a whole lot of not just like Twitch streamers, YouTubers, or streamers in general. It really is just like it spreads onto news as well. A lot of these people we're losing the idea of searching for the truth for ourselves
Yeah.
instead of just like, oh, we'll just take somebody else's word for it. Granted, people will do that because they look at news sources and go, well, I can trust them.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's supposed to be the point of news sources, or at least like the original intent,
Yeah.
where it was supposed to be people, just anyone who goes on camera or records themselves or even puts it on Word, um, to be able to bring truth and light to a matter, so that people can go, okay, now I know what's going on.
Yeah.
That I don't have the resources to figure it out, but they're telling me this is what, right? Now it's just to cover up whatever, stupid excuse that everybody's got going on, just so that they don't get deemed a loser. Like
Well,
the recent Miskiff situation where have you, like, I'm not expecting you to have heard it,
yes, yes, I
but
did see David Muir's report on Mischief.
but no, no, where he's like doing this whole thing just because like Emiru called him out on being like an actual like piece of shit, and all he's got to say is, well, you know what, I'm on demon time right now, let me tell you how it is. When she threw a plushie at me, I punched a hole in the wall.
And then the Sigma edit starts playing over the guy.
He has his head shaved, and he's got like all these
Well, we talked about that.
like he has less of a human emotion now. He's trying to like lock in for whatever purpose.
I gotta lock in to become a billionaire that eats raw steaks off of cutting boards and kickbox women. Well, it is like we talked about the androtatification of men, right? And I think what you're also bringing up is a good point of and I kind of tried to touch on this on the last one, and I can't remember, is that hypermetism or something like that, where I told you, right, if you keep making a joke about a rooster wearing a I don't know, like a Batman mask,
It's gonna happen.
at some point it's gonna happen, and you confirm the joke.
It won't
Right.
be until like hundreds of years later, or it won't be like it could happen at any point.
Something like that, to that effect, like how we were watching Harry Potter and we said that they can't see Voldemort because like if you keep affirming the existence, he'll come back. Whereas, granted, he does come back, right? That's a bad example, but basically what I'm getting at is like that action of making the joke, making the joke, making the joke, and then soon the joke becomes half of a joke and half based in your reality. Then at some point it becomes 100% reality. So the fact that these guys keep being proponents as a joke from the perspective of a joke of like being a sigma or an alpha, yeah, then pretty soon you're going to see a bunch of generation of men with the shaved head, and the mistreatment of other genders, and just being these complete assholes, right? Just forcing themselves into the incel population, right? Because who the hell is going to want to touch that? Nothing. Nobody. I don't know. There might also be some sad people with insecurities who might find that attractive, and if that's what you want, great, good for you. Go ahead, right? But I'm saying that's how you end up. And so the fact that Misgive and like a bunch of other Twitch streamers like Neon he's one of them, right?
Neon is based. I don't even think he counts because Neon is just like himself. Like the thing is, Neon is one of those guys that believes that everything should be awarded to him just because he is someone on the internet.
I think it's funny because like I don't really watch Twitch streamers. Is Neon the one that like his fan, or not his fans, but like his viewers are just constantly ragging on him
Well,
in the chat?
he's got either bots or like just actual kids watching him nowadays. And the whole issue is that he's trying to appeal like, oh, this is how you be cool. Like this is how you can get people on your channel.
Guys,
Like
Tony's putting up a Neon's channel on YouTube, and sincerely, I think he looks like a 40-year-old trying to pass off as a
yeah,
21-year-old.
I'm like showing you how he looks and like the type of content that he does. Like even you can just look by his thumbnails.
Wait, go. Is it? Oh, I thought it was that other one that I was thinking about. I don't know. And the idea of Twitch kind of scares me.
Well, here's the thing. Like Twitch is not something where I mean, well, now I have to. Look, let me just say it bluntly. Twitch. I don't know how the fuck you're still up. The only reason that you are still up is because you do have people that are actually genuine people. Majority of them VTubers. You have one case where Emiru out there literally fighting for her life as she's like on your platform, and all you did was screw her over majorly. Like I don't even know how that platform's still up by this point.
But just the idea of like being on camera for more than 10 hours, you know? The idea of being in front of like movies, like let's go back to like where it started. Like movies were like a once or twice a year thing when it started out, right? You got dressed to go up to the cinemas, you made an event out of it, right? Because it's like Broadway beyond, right? Stage or theater beyond, right? And then movies became more accessible as soon as there was more equipment in production. So now anybody can make a movie, and then they started making Super 8 cameras, and everybody was making their short films at home. And then the VCR cameras were coming out, right? And then camcorders became a thing. Now everybody was just making movies, right? And we did get some great directors that came out of that era, or filmmakers, or just artists in general, right? That came out from being able to access those equipment. But then you move on to like now your cell phone can record you. And then people were like posting YouTube videos to then making social media content. And now your camera is accessible to plug into your computer. You sit there, and the idea that people want to watch somebody for more than 10 hours just being on stream, right? It's adjacent to that Jim Carrey movie, the one where it's the TV show about his life.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh, I hate that I can't remember it, but that is pretty much what it is. Like, it is amazing, or well, like it's jarring to um wake up and go about my day, and then I see that I'll get a notification or two, right, on YouTube, right,
Yeah,
or on Insta or Twitter, because you know how Twitch and YouTube could be connected to this, right?
yeah.
And they'll let you know, oh, this person's streaming right now. This okay, cool, and that'll be like, okay, I go about my day, 5 hours pass, oh, this person's still going, okay, 5 more hours pass, it'll be into nighttime. It's like this person has been streaming the whole day.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I know that there's a thing called like a subathon or like a marathon for
Or like they're
streamers.
doing a charity
Yeah.
like event. Yeah, yeah.
If you're doing, that's fine. That's understandable.
Yeah.
That's where I'm just like, wow, this person's got a ton of energy, like to be able to.
Well,
do
they
this.
also used to do that back in like the 40s
Yeah.
to now, right? They did those
Like that's nothing new.
Yeah, yeah.
But what gets me, the part that gets me, is that if they aren't doing it for like a subathon, any marathon, or any charity, and it's just them holding the camera, and it's just them going around going, let me, I'm gonna show you what's up. I'm still in the same room, not doing much, so just talking at this point. Then it's at that point where I go, okay, this is not just their life. This is their routine. This is the equivalent for them going to the restroom. For them, mentally, it's a need to do this. Otherwise, their body and their mind is not going to be pleased at
They
all.
can't take a shit unless they're on camera. No, you're right. It is like retraining the body and the mind to do something so basic that we already do. But let me put it to you this way: as much as you like the person that you're watching on stream, could you imagine watching your best friend on camera do everything they do routinely every day on like a 10-hour stream?
Well, I got my own life going on, so like eventually I have to log off.
Thank you. That's my point. It's like why how did that become a thing where these people became extremely successful? We got to find there's a website called Indeed where you can find job applications.
There's this thing called a job.
Exactly, dude.
But
it's insane the how big they got, like how much not well yeah, kind of like power or how much say they have on like when it comes to like the social media space, or even in any other area of life, almost politics now, and that's how scary it is. It goes back to if you keep making a joke about it becomes a real thing. The Trump team started using them to reach out to like the Gen Z voters, right? And that's how Trump managed to get more Gen Z votes. Is because he was on what's that kid's name? The mini Andrew Tate guy,
Aiden Ross.
Aiden Ross. He
And
was
I
on
hate
his
that I
stream,
know.
and he was on other people's podcasts too.
Oh god, I hate that I know that.
The Nelk Boys. He was on the
Yeah,
Nelk Boys and
just-
Logan Paul's podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, like now you're affirming they have this power. And it goes back to the cabal I was talking about, and the Jews.
We're at that point where a lot of people, and it doesn't even like, we joked about the job thing. It doesn't even have to be a job. It's just more like you have to get a focus on your life,
Some prospect.
Otherwise, all you're doing is just giving these guys more hours of your life. It's not like it's fine to just like watch them,
Yeah.
in general. That's not we're saying that that's not the issue. We're saying the issue is just like giving them more of your time,
Or
more
what's
than
worth is that
what's
they call themselves artists. It's like, oh, I'm a painter or I'm a writer and I'm this, and they're just at home watching streamers while going through reels on their phone, right? And they're not making anything. You know?
you know what I appreciate VTubers more for?
What's up?
They're not really showing their faces.
Right.
And some of them will do like a face reveal, right? But at
Mhm.
the end of the day, they're using like an avatar to, show off like this character of theirs. And whenever they do like a camera stream, they're normally only it's like top down. They never show their face,
Yeah.
and they'll actually draw, they'll cook, or they'll make like arts and crafts,
I can understand those people. Like if
they'll
they're
perform songs, like they'll
yeah,
actually
yeah.
showcase their actual talents and.
For gamers, I think there are some gamers that are good at gaming, and I know I sound like a fucking boomer right now saying it that way, right? Oh, the gamers they game pretty good, but at least they're doing something other than just walking. I don't know, and no, like nothing against iShow Speed. I think he does come off as a really cool guy, but like I see a lot of his highlight clips, and it's just him walking around like random foreign cities, just interacting with people. But like him being like this, I don't know, this like doofus, like a what's that show from Top Gear, and it's James May is like idiot abroad kind of thing, where it's like what do you mean Americans eat cheeseburgers? Kind of thing.
Well, the thing with Speed is that at least he's going around like actually being with his community.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Like,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'll give
he's
him
one of
that.
the
Yeah.
he's one of the streamers that are either like in person and will actually speak with his community, will actually talk with them, have a moment to sit down, speak with them, or just actually defend them if anything. Like
Or Kai Cenat.
or Kai, yeah, Kai.
Yeah.
Like I did just recently. I don't know if it's an old clip or not, but there's that one where he just sat down with a guy just sitting by the lake, and
Oh yeah, I
it
saw
was
that one.
actually
I
a
saw
nice.
that
It was
one.
like a
Yeah.
nice
Yeah.
moment,
Yeah.
like I show Speed, Kai, those actually like be with their community instead of it just being like, oh, you want to be with me? You gotta be at this convention around this time. You're probably gonna have to spend about 500 at first for the flight over, and then you got to
Tickets.
do.
Door tickets are $2,000.
It's like
No, I got it. And obviously, we have a lot to say about nothing when it comes to, in the sense of like, I feel like at least for me, I'm just repeating a lot of rhetoric. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's gotten ridiculous. Like parasocial relationships with any of these people, it's almost scary because now it's almost like a dependency on having to view them online. You know.
well, yeah, like again, like we talked about how a streamer feels like they can't live properly without them being on camera or talking about to their people, right? For people that do watch these, a whole majority of them, all they'll be able to talk about at any family function or group hangout is just streamers, or
But
is just
yeah,
what
but like
they,
I'm also talking about the viewers.
yeah.
Like the ones who have a dependency to have to keep up with these people who have no, they don't got a
No,
single thought about them.
that's what I mean. Where it's
Okay,
like,
okay.
they'll all they have to talk about is like, oh, how was your day? Oh, well, I spent the entire day watching this guy like jack off into a pie and talking about how he's gonna get sued by Georgia
Jacking off into a pie.
for something like this. It's like, okay, but what happened with your day? What do you mean? Well, did you make any progress on did you make any progress on getting a job, or like did you do anything for
You talked about
backyard?
wanting to write a novel. Did you start writing your novel?
It's like, oh, man, I talked about that so long ago. That was
We're
last
still
week.
in the development phase. Yeah, I'm gonna do this neo dystopian synthwave musical about
Just gonna watch Star Wars and copy off that.
McDonald's. Yeah, no, but it's sad because like I do find myself like in some conversations with some people like catching up on streamers or content creators. Granted, I like I've talked about this before. I do like some YouTubers who do like topic essay videos.
Yeah.
I love that format. I'm not saying like I'm actually learning.
I mean, shout out
Yeah,
like
but
one of your favorites, Snaky Jakey.
Nikki Jakey, yeah, he's great, and he doesn't take up a lot of your time. He knows how to like make that shit compact. Eddie Burback's another good one.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen a video from him lately. Wendigoon does some pretty cool stuff. I love Meat Canyon's Papa Meat channel,
Oh
where
yeah.
now he's just a better JonTron. Remember when JonTron went from video games and then was like reacting to movies, but then he was like reacting to like just trends on the internet, and then decided to like be a Nazi, right?
You know, a rich black person could commit just amount of crimes as like a poor black person. I think he said. Like,
Well, he was going on some immigration stuff too, which is crazy because I think he's the son of immigrants. But Papa Meat managed to take up that void and and do it even better than JonTron. I bet like I just said JonTron, and maybe like two of the people that listen to this podcast are gonna have like a sleeper agent moment where they like stop and they're having all the flashbacks of watching JonTron like middle school, high school. It's the same thing if you say like Filthy Frank. Like people are like, they're gonna jump back to 2016 and remember like
it's
the
like
the hair
all they
cake,
see is blood. No, all they see is pink.
yeah, which is crazy. Like Joji's new album, have you heard it?
No, but I was telling this to Miguel. I need to catch up on a whole bunch of albums
It's
that I
not a
haven't listened
lot.
to.
Or you're just talking about music in general?
Music in general.
Okay, yeah, no, but Joji's new album is really good. It's really cool to see him like go from being a caricature cartoon of like a terrible person essentially, like just saying all those slurs, to now just being like one of the best recording artists, during this modern time. That guy is the one who, and I'm not saying this like you don't know, but like we're talking about the guy who did that ET2 video.
Yeah.
Remember? And it was just like, I want to have a great time. Slurp, slurp, skeet, skeet.
Or him doing the oh god, that what's that polka dot game again? I don't know. He did it with the guy that does that weird POV of him like smashing food on the people.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
But
Yeah.
anyways,
It's crazy to see. Like, he went from that to, who went the opposite way was, I think it was probably like, if you went the antithesis of that, Christian.
and that's
Who
the
Tony
only
just
time we're gonna talk about that
Tony,
guy.
well, you don't want to end up on his manifesto like
No,
everybody else online that's mentioned him once.
I just think that that's one of those cases where it's like you gotta treat him like Voldemort in the first Harry Potter.
We can't say it. We can't say his name.
If we
I'm sorry,
don't
their
say
name.
it, he'll just go away.
Their name. I think they're trans now, right?
There's something. No.
Well, we'll see. They're an actual cat, like Ponderosa from
Well,
It's Always Sunny.
according to his own ruling, he is God.
Uh, Yikes! Could you imagine Christian just walking around your house at like 3 a.m?
I heard what you said about me. I don't like these things that you're spreading. Avada Kedavra.
By the way, I've been getting back into Red Letter Media. It's so cool to see those guys.
That's another genuine people on the internet.
Yeah, I mean they pretty much like they stayed the same since they started. They just have better equipment for their videos. I don't know. You know who's another, like Doug Walker?
Yeah.
Yeah, Doug Walker. Like love him or hate him, his persona online, but he's really a genuine guy who loves just making YouTube videos about critiquing movies. Good takes or bad takes. Like I don't care. Like everybody's, they can all like what they want. But like Doug Walker, I think has been like one of the coolest people online who's like been self-actualized and doesn't take himself too seriously, like Linkara,
Oh God.
the Lightbringer.
I'm gonna put this as a reminder for whoever is gonna edit this one. Put that Doug Walker "Yes I Am" meme.
Cause I'm a
No, like where Doug is the thing about Doug is that yeah, it's been 50-50 on the stuff that he's made before, but the thing is that's what makes him so great is because if you tell him that you had an issue with his video, he's not gonna sit there and go, "Oh, well, you're just wrong about it. You just didn't see it right." Like, no, he will acknowledge if a video did not do as well, and he'll use the criticism to work on it to make it better next time. And like he's able to laugh at the jokes or the criticism, and he's even able to give some back too. You
Yeah.
know, but he understands at the end of the day. I think he said it on the interview where he's like, "I would be a hypocrite if I couldn't take my own criticism." You know?
Yeah.
Whereas Linkara is somebody who believes that, again, just because they are on the internet, they believe that they deserve to have full respect and authority. This is the guy the guy who expects this is the same guy who got outed for looking at Muppet porn and dead bodies.
Oh God, Linkara?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. What the hell? God, dude, there's so many fucking weirdos. Maybe okay. Like here's the other part, right? Like how I said, social media hides everything. Who knows what the fuck anybody does when they go home and what they're doing in the middle of the night. But I mean, like, first of all, everybody's pretty autistic. If you think about it. Okay, no, I'm not going to say that statement. I feel like they're going to go like, well, Chris, did you deny actual autism? Like, no, because I do work with people with autism, right? But, like, we're all fucking weirdos, right? Like, I don't care. Like, you can be the coolest person ever. Everybody's a fucking weirdo if they're alone and up in their room at 3 in the morning doing God knows what, right? I'm in my room thinking I'm fucking Batman while playing Minecraft, right? And I'm just like saying my usual autistic stems, my vocal stems, Although I can't think of the ones that come to mind. I don't know, like a funnel fairy funnel bar, from when Alfred was fixing Batman's cowl or some shit.
We have our own, our own quirks.
Yeah, we all have our own quirks, and I'm
our
not
own
saying like
things.
being a weirdo is bad, but like I think the internet, first of all, has ruined a lot of people's brains now. Some things that were taboo isn't seen as taboo if you can find a community online of other quote unquote like-minded people, that pretty much affirms everything you've been thinking. So if Linkara is watching, he probably found the Reddit thread of necrophiliacs online, and there you go.
Don't judge me. I'm the light bringer.
I think what you were talking about, Doug Walker, that's when he was asked about Oni Plays, right?
I
What do you
think
think
so.
of
Yeah.
Oni Plays? And he's like, yeah, I think they're funny.
Yeah.
I like it when they make jokes about me. Oh, gosh. But anyway.
That's the end? That's the thing. I guess like taking it from Doug, and then like going back to everything we talked about, from people in politics to actual streamers, YouTubers, just people on the internet. Oh, what they all have in common is just being on the internet, one way or another, right? And
Yeah.
taken in from Doug, I think for me, this is gonna sound weird. That's somehow beautiful in a way, because Doug has been around long enough, just as long as these people that we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
And the thing about Doug is that he's someone who's seen it all, experienced it all. And all he has to say is, if you're not able to laugh at the end of the day, then what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, if you're not able to,
If you're not able to have a sense of humor about yourself, because like you are, like if somebody were to make a joke about us, like I've heard some jokes from some of my friends about the podcast. You don't fucking see me going, we are actually an intellectual podcast, okay? What we say and what we talk about matters. What are you doing? I'm the that video of the guy in New York who's like, I'm a NYC film school graduate, sucker. What do you do?
you have to show me that video later on.
Oh man, dude, that's such a reference video. Oh, you're gonna love it. Yeah, anybody that turns into that guy. Although, like now he started ribbing on himself. He was on the Adam Freeland show, being interviewed by Adam. Yeah,
But the main thing is that a lot of it really is just people that don't know what the word humble means anymore much days.
I'm sorry, you didn't start that off with your I'm
I'm not gonna say it.
I was just thinking about it. What if we made T-shirts of your.
That's not gonna be popular enough.
No, no,
for
no,
a
no, no. Like
t-shirt.
we can make a T-shirt of your toast character, and then we'll put at the end of the day, and you're doing the chill guy pose.
At the end of the day, and then dot dot dot, and then you turn around the shirt, and it's me in the Family Guy dead pose. But
Yeah, we'll make 2 of those shirts, and then we'll give them to those same 2 people that bring up the
but a
podcast.
whole lot of it really is just the word humble isn't being well known across a lot of these platforms.
Well,
And there are
it's-
people that do know this word, but it isn't the most popular word. It isn't the most popular term.
Yeah.
And
everybody wants to be an influencer.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be famous, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. I genuinely believe if you're a very talented person that's worth paying money to see them do whatever they do as art, great, wonderful. Art has a significant meaning in the world, right? But again, you want to be the greatest band in the world. Well, guess what? There are 100,000 bands in the United States alone right now, as we speak, putting out their demos, recording in their own studios, and putting out music, And I bet you 99% of them are trash, or they're doing the same thing, or they're just covers or whatever. Not that there's anything wrong with covers. Or the same for the actor. The person that wants to be seen as this great actor who's going to win the Oscar one day. Well, guess what? There are 100,000 actors right now in stage plays in their small hometown that are working on the same plan you are. Don't expect to already be on that fucking level if you're not there yet. Stop acting like it. Have fun with yourself. I bet you could go further if you start building that sense of humor about yourself. And then you really start developing your craft that way. But it goes to everybody who wants to be a social media influencer as well. Like, I feel like I'm seeing too many people now doing "Welcome to a Day in My Life" video.
you know Nina Lim?
Who?
You know the streamer Nina Lim?
No.
Well, one of the cases is that about like a couple months ago, she and another friend, while the stream was going on, right, sexually assaulted some guy. Like they kept bouncing on him, and they're trying to do it as a joke, but he kept saying verbally like, "No, stop, please stop, stop, stop," and he wasn't comfortable. Then she got confronted about it, like months later,
Yeah.
and all she had to say was, "Man, if you're a guy complaining about that situation, you can't even stand up for yourself." And I think she might have said, I could be wrong, but she said like, "And you got like what, 2 girls on you, and you're complaining, man? Then you're a little bitch."
Damn.
Guess what her punishment was?
What's that?
Like a week of being banned on Twitch.
That's it.
Believe so, unless I'm wrong. But that's what's going on. It's like she's only banned for like 7 days.
Yeah. No. No, it's pretty sad. Anyway, I just saved the world by saying that. It's pretty sad.
Guys, a lot of today and a lot of tomorrow, and from here on out, it's gonna be really sad.
Yeah, and we're gonna have to take a break. This is really taking a toll on me. I'm gonna call work tomorrow and say, sorry, I need a mental health day. I just recorded a podcast.
I'm gonna join the army. A lot of what we talked about today really is just
We're not wrapping up, by the way.
no, I meant like
Oh,
just
okay.
going on by what we're saying so far. It really is just a shared factor of just online presence.
Yeah.
And like I brought up that Nina thing because it sounds like she's got way too much dependency on just her online following to the point where she believes that she can't really do anything wrong or get caught. And this goes for like a bunch of other people where they believe that just because they're online and they're saying these things straight with like standing tall, confident chest out, that they're going to be backed up fully.
I say that shit full chest, baby. Full chest. I say that shit full chest.
But
well, it's funny because like I bet you Nina thinks they're like an A-tier celebrity at this point, which goes back to like anybody can think they're a celebrity now. All it takes is one video, and I showed you that video, right, of the real Buzz Lightyear guy.
yeah,
He was the one. I'll put the clip here. He was the one who had a clip of him being a clown joked on by his friend that he was wearing that ski mask around his face and like, hey, yeah, bro, look like Buzz Lightyear. Bro, look like Buzz Lightyear. And then he got interviewed by some guy on New York where he's wearing the Buzz Lightyear costume.
And he said, "Shit, I'd made that my whole personality."
No, no. Well, I mean, like, yeah. He's like the actual part is that's what he's saying. But like the guy was interviewing him as if he became like this overnight sensation that he's now like essentially the Dalai Lama, right? Because he's like, how did that video change your life? Shit, man. I can walk into any club I want. I can go to any restaurant. You know, the world's at my feet now. I can get whatever I want. I'm a celebrity. I'm like, it's George Clooney, and then here's me on top. Essentially, is what he's saying. And then the guy goes, "What do you have to say to the people watching?" You know, it's like, "Yeah, just keep on that grind. You know, you never know. One day, you know, you'll finally make it to the mountain." All it took was a video that not even I took. My fucking friend at a bodega made fun of me for looking like Buzz Lightyear. No, I'm too angry. Shit pisses me off. I really am. I really am an old man that's just waiting to just turn, I don't know, 55.
I never wanted to admit it myself, but I finally have that video. Give me confidence to tell my parents. I said, "Mom, Dad, I'm Buzz Lightyear."
Okay, well, anyway, yeah, I think this is a good stopping point for today. Guys, a bit of an update. We're going to move from doing weekly episodes to now we're going to do every 2 weeks. So we'll be posting every other Monday at night, not doing mornings anymore. We are trying to work around this new kind of schedule. Please bear with us. Like I said, we're still trying to figure out the channel as a whole. We're going to put the links for our Instagram page, our own personal Instagram pages at the bottom. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Tony, anything you want to add?
I will go back to one thing that we did say.
Okay.
And it's going to sound really awkward if I cut the previous part out. But when I said that, you know, it all depends on you trying to be part of the community. Whenever you're working on something, whenever you put yourself out there, please always note that that's one of our biggest things as well that we want to try. And again, we know that the people that we've talked to that's seen our videos, they're always like, "Oh, well, we're sometimes afraid to comment," or they don't really leave comments in general. We're not looking for perfection. We're not looking for, you know, like the most expert levels of criticisms. If you just tell us that, you know, if there's something that we need to work on, or if there's anything that we can improve upon, like, you know, just let us know, because we want to be able to make sure that every update that we do, every video that we put out, we want to be as genuine as possible.
Yeah.
And, you know, at the end of the day,
T-shirts coming soon.
we just want to feel as if we're people that anyone can approach. And that so long as we keep doing what we're doing, we hope that we can at the very least, just provide a little bit of entertainment and maybe even comfort for anybody that might need it out there. So, in that sense, thank you for watching. Like my brother said, thank you for listening, for tuning in. Check us out on our pages that we'll put later on our Instagram. And as long as you're safe about it, and you don't become a complete jerk about it too, you do whatever makes sense.
This is my problems with liberals, okay? Well, I'm supposed to cut you off.
Oh, that was the cutoff.
No, I don't know what the cutoff is anymore.
Well, that's why
That was it.
Do what you want. Turn on the Wii. ABC3. You're a kid.
Dude, I've been getting weird shit. So I I got this on Instagram.
What could you possibly talk about for 2 hours and not call me?
Is he covered in pie?
Yes.
Just some stuff? I don't think that's a good enough excuse.
No,
You want to talk about it?
no.
Why?
Is the beginning of a porno or just
No,
like a bit?
this is the whole
Then I'll
video.
just keep giving you pies all night until you want to talk to me about it.
Like, I went to the page and it's her just torturing people with pies.
Her own name came up, the Pie Girl. This is what she does?
Yeah.
Her whole content. It's
Yeah,
like
that's
this.
all she does.
I shouldn't be too surprised because of a bunch of things people do on the internet, but like that's all she does?
Yeah.
Is there a lore?
No.
No reason.
No, it just came out, started pieing people.
Well, who's the poor guy? She just asked him if she wants to talk about
I
it.
think
He
she just
said no.
randomly abducts guys who thinks they're gonna get laid.
Oh, it's not even one guy.
No, it's like, I think there's a random amount of people.